Hello family, Eazi back again. And today I'm gonna go check out the new, well, new for me anyway, the marvelous Garvey movement. Yeah, so we're going to Hackney now, so stay tuned. I think they're gonna be talking about spirituality systems, financial debts and all of that. So anything positive, you know, Eazi's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be promoting and showing you the lowdown. So stay tuned, and this is the Eazi lowdown. Okay. Huh? It's in my car, bro. It's in my key blade. Eazi can't find his key right now. There we go. Alright, Hackney now. Hackney, Eazi go. Oh shit, my phone. Yeah, boy. As you can see.
Taking off my sunglasses.
Yeah, boy, let me hold the camera. Oh, hot seconds. Yeah. Go find out what's going on. We've got aircon. Alright, let's try to find out what's going on. How are we getting there? So yeah, the marvelous Garvey movement. I'll link up, find out what's going on over there. Look at the thingy though, they mentioned you put the face on. Yeah.
First one dead, Maro splash on the wall and dead. Claims of them bad. Yeah, but slap it in our face.
Hackney we go.
Yeah, send them mine again.
Hopefully this be good.
None of them man like me. You watch it.
Nice.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
I know, man. Nice, boy.
With the clutch right back, me and knock it in her head, one on the drop flat. The foul in your chest, out with the bump shot. This the done, not only in a half shot. We pull up and shoot like a jump shot. Get you boy, make me by the rum shop. Make it up beat like a jump on. From in the speed, I'll get this the wrong man. Have some guns from the nozzle to the clip long. Murder people from sun up to sundown. Place where I come from, full up a gunman. Soon more it a go start, wait for the countdown. Wait for the countdown. Easy, pull up and squeeze it. When me say me a go bust head, me fucking mean it. People them start screaming. When the Taliban a match with hell for no reason. My 10 things sweet and I wanna retreat. Boy try run, get shoot in the feet. They go empty, the clip things sting like these. Next time think twice to try this stealing. Wait for the countdown. Easy, pull up and squeeze it. When me say me a go bust head, me fucking mean it. People them start screaming. When the Taliban a match with hell for no reason. My 10 things sweet and I wanna retreat. Boy try run, get shoot in the feet. We go empty, the clip things sting like these. Next time think twice to try this stealing. To them back and them rubber shot. But me have the boss mark, rifle shotgun that just like God's spot. You only full of tough shots. Come and run up on you with the clutch right back. Me and knock it in her head, one on the drop flat.
Yes, I'm right here. So let's go, let's fucking roll. Yup, so we're here. The movement and thing. A little bit early, yeah. So they're getting prepared and they're gonna start off. Yeah. We're gonna get some seats.
Because it turns out that cancer cells are absolutely identical to what they call trophoblast cells that appear in the womb. So if anyone gets a cancer diagnosis, go out and get a pregnancy test straight away. Okay? If it becomes positive and you're not pregnant, if you get positive it means cancer. If it's negative, it means there's no cancer.
Powerful information.
I've got a whole talk about health and stuff, and that's one of the big things. Cancer, most people get diagnosed with cancer don't have it because they make money then.
When you're ready, we can say that for later.
Here comes shirts there as well.
One another one, we're gonna know.
There's some shirts there and that. Okay. The white shirts and thing. You right, big man? Cool, yeah? Now I'm hearing you talk about all the cancer cells and health and science and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm into all of that as well. So you know what I mean? I do all that still. My name is Eazi still.
Oh, Eazi.
Eazi, yeah. I do all that. Nah, so it's good to hear all that, man. I don't know. You want to cut the seat there or something? I'm just gonna sit somewhere anywhere, really. Yeah, man, we're standing up. Sit down. Sit here, boy. Sit. Ah. Can you see that view there?
To my family. I'm sorry, nice to see you. Have you met them? Come.
Yeah, man, sit down. Huh? Hey, look, you can get some shirts and everything there. Zoom in or something.
Greetings, warm greetings to each and everyone. For everyone like to get settled, if there's anyone outside, if you'd like to come inside now, please. Welcome. Wow. Looking absolutely amazing. All these t-shirts looking fabulous. And all of you looking fantastic. Welcome once again to another NHG meeting. We have got a fantastic lineup for you today. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. First of all, I'd like you all to give yourselves a round of applause for being here. That's right. If it's your first time, could you raise your hand? Anyone? First time here? Wow, that's amazing. Give them a round of applause, please, the regulars. Lovely. The next thing I'd like you all to do is to just stand up for a minute. The women will get this. The ladies will get this. Men might feel a bit uncomfortable. If you can all just stand up for a moment, please. That's right. Now there's one thing that everybody needs and is part of our process in doing well in life. The study has been shown that people who don't get hugs die early. So what I want you to do first of all is give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. I mean seriously, give yourself a hug like it's the girl that you check for, like it's the man you check for, whatever. Give yourself that hug. That is the beginning of self-love. When you can hug yourself like you would hug someone you say you love, you can hug yourself even more then. Yeah? You've got to love yourself more. Now, the next thing I want you to do, thank you, is turn around to your neighbour if it's someone you don't know and tell them hello. Tell them your name as well. If it's someone you don't know, we've already said hi. Excellent, excellent. Lovely. So you can all take your seats back again if you want. I'm just going to let you know where the toilets are. The toilets are just behind us here. Ladies to the left, gents to the right. Obviously our fire escape is the door that you came in, okay? Excellent.
You listen to the thing though.
So I just wanted to share something with you quickly before we move on with the rest of the afternoon. Right now, melanin, the aromatic bipolar and organic semiconductor that makes black people worth over $380 a gram, more than gold. In just a few short years, on August the 13th, 2020, the red, black and green flag will be celebrated as the colours of all African people. We also know the song lyric, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds," which is commonly associated with Bob Marley, but it actually originated from Marcus Garvey. We are going to emancipate ourselves today from mental slavery. For none of us, even though we can free our bodies, none of us but ourselves can free our minds. So today, we have an amazing lineup for you of people that are going to help free your mind today. Alright, first of all, I'm going to introduce to you, we've got an amazing testimony and two beautiful people. Obviously, one that we all know. He goes, he is somebody that we all know and love. He's somebody that we've learned a lot from. Somebody that has created what I call the miracle drink, and I'm sure a lot of people would attest to this. I would like you right now to just give a round of applause, stand on your feet and give a round of applause. He's a guy that doesn't mess about with words, he gives you the truth. He doesn't bat an eyelid. He's going to tell you everything from health, spiritual wealth, and politics. Please give it up for D-Carbon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just greeting, more love and blissfulness to everyone. Everyone. I know this is Sunday, we could have been kicking back and, doing the rise and fees and all the rest of it, but thank God for coming out. I'm more than sure that everyone here is aware and more than aware of the times and everything that we're living in, for y'all to come and show an interest, and this is what it's going to need. We can't do the Facebook warriors and the armchair warriors. It's going to take action, and this is what the Nzinga X Garvey movement is about. We'll be elaborating more on it. If you all know, health. We preach health, we push health. Our motto is that if we ain't healthy, we can't do nothing. So health is one of our major things. We've got a lovely young lady here, Catherine, but who hasn't been to the first show. Come on, Cat. But who hasn't been to the first show. Catherine was... This is Catherine, so I'm just going to give a rundown who was at the last show. Catherine's was diagnosed with
Stage 4 cancer. All over the body.
And the bone?
Blood and bone.
Yeah. So Catherine's been on the herbal remedy since the last year, which is the body messiah. But she's been through other turmoils and other things during that journey. One of them is with the doctors trying to force the chemotherapy treatment on her. Now they've got other treatment that they use, but they try to tell them they can give them the chemotherapy through pills. So who wasn't here the last time Catherine spoke, the blood test that she got from the doctors, but they told her she was terminal. Terminal meaning if she don't take the chemotherapy, she'll be off within a year. And she hasn't been taking this stuff over a year now. So what happened is she got a blood test. And within that blood test, when they came back with the results, this is a regular doctors. This is the hospital, NHS people I'm telling you about. They told this young lady over what, 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago now, that she's still in terminal state. And if she doesn't take some new chemotherapy vaccine pills, and these pills apparently they haven't tried it on anyone else yet. Did it? She's literally been offered the last about 6-8 months ago. They offered the young lady to come to a hotel by herself, and they got 3 pills, and they're gonna give her 1 pill a day and monitor her and see what happens. Not in the hospital, they want to take her to a hotel. So these are the things that these people are doing when they profile people. They see how your family is with you and friends and how much people care about you and all the rest of it. And when they see that you don't have that much people around you, they try these things and try to use you as guinea pig. Many more. So after all of that, being told that she's still terminal, Catherine called. I was one of the first persons she rang and consulted with me. She called family, friends, preachers, everybody. Told an insurance company that she wants a payout, because when you're terminal, they'll give you an automatic payout for you to go live your life with them. Yeah? So she's called her insurance company, told them what the doctors have said. The insurance company then tells her they'll get in touch with the hospital, find out from there, and they'll let her know. You know, they come back, and the doctors themselves have told her that she's not terminal anymore. The stage is going down to critical. That's the game. It going down to critical now means they don't have to pay her out on the insurance claim. Now, this is how the Most High works. And if y'all know anything about the group, you know spirituality is our highest level. We don't affiliate with any religion as such, and any political party, but on the spiritual level, we're here. Now, this is how the Most High works. Last week, or last 2 weeks, after the meeting, I think she was feeling some chest pain before. After the meeting, she went and got it checked out. The hospital, they called, they sent an ambulance for her. Because of her situation, they give her special treatment sometimes. So they sent the ambulance for her to take her to the hospital to get the blood test. Now, it happened, this was a different hospital. Totally different from the one that she used to go to, that's been telling her to take these chemotherapy treatments, take these tablets, take these new things that haven't been tried yet. So this new hospital took her in, took all the blood tests and everything they needed, had her there for over, what, 4 or 5 hours? And I'll let her elaborate on what's happening since then.
5 hours of different types of tests, everything from blood tests to ECGs to like physical examinations and stuff. And at the very end of the consultation, I was called into a room with 2 consultants there, and they put like X-rays that were taken earlier on the screen, and they basically just said, "Oh my gosh, your heart is very enlarged," and they compared pictures from prior because I had a bone marrow transplant as well. You forgot to add that. When the cancer was at such a bad stage, they said I required a stem cell transplant, a bone marrow transplant, and total body radiation. I was in hospital for about 4 months, Kings, and very, very gravely ill, and recovered from that. And then obviously went forward with more chemotherapy. That failed, didn't work. So when they were rounding up their consultation, this was about a week and a half ago, yeah. They basically said, I remember Dr. always says, am I allowed to say that?
Record everything.
So record everything, right?
Everything.
So I forgot, so what I did was I quickly clicked on my phone, and the doctor basically put results up on the screen, and they said, it's quite amazing. I said, what's amazing? They said, there's no trace of cancer in your body. I said, sorry? I said, no. I said, you need to check. I was quite disturbed. They said there's no trace. What do you mean there's no trace? There's nothing here. I said, no, I said, I've told you my backstory. What do you mean there's nothing there? They were quite adamant there was nothing there. So with that, I just came away quietly and I called Dalton. And, you know, right now I'm just getting ready for like another level of war, because I think that, you know, for me, I am unsure of what stage at which I had cancer, if I even had it. I've endured 6 years of treatment. Look, anybody that's got locks in here, had my locks for 14 years before they trashed me with cancer and then lost everything. Do you know what I mean? My health, you know, your whole financial situation changes. Everything changes when they've got you for 6 years, basically. And literally, I went from 6 to 7 cycles of chemotherapy, which means that they trialed me on new drugs and they haven't trialed on people before. And at every trial, I got pictures last week. I didn't bring it with me, but hopefully I'll bring it. Sorry, people, I'll bring it. But I mean, literally, I didn't look like what I look like now. It was just totally different people. So for me, it's just like, was I a human guinea pig? Was I a female black guinea pig? Was I just a guinea pig? Did they not have anything better to do? But you know what? It is what it is. So right now, I'm just getting ready to take up weapons of warfare. You know, and get ready for the big battle on the hill, basically. And that's all I can say. Thank you.
And yes, she is looking for legal representation, because what they're doing is not being right. It's not between the space of 2 weeks finding out, them telling her she's terminal, to then finding out that everything in her body is normal. There's no trace of cancer in the bones, nowhere. So there's a lot of medical malpractice going on, and we will, and they've got a lot of advice as well, so they're going to cut someone as well. So we're going to pray, bring Trisha back up, and she'll be bringing Dave on, and Dave will do his chat, and we'll have a word again.
Round of applause, please, everybody. Come on. A round of applause. That's a miracle right there. I told you that if you used to look in your Bible certain time, the miracles are on your streets. The miracles are amongst us as people. Okay? So that was absolutely fantastic. Well done, Katrina. I love that. The body Messiah strikes again. Yeah. Okay. Everybody sitting comfortably? Yes? Are we awake still? We're here, it's still early. Yeah? Okay. Right, so now, brothers and sisters, I would like to introduce to you our guest speaker for the day, for this afternoon. He is an author, researcher, and speaker who has begun a 16-year quest for truth after witnessing the 9/11 up close and finding problems with the official narrative. After discovering some startling information about cancer and the medical system, Dave embarked upon 8 years of extensive research and self-experimentation, culminating in his first book, The Human Body Owner's Workshop Manual. He is currently writing a book about the truth behind the Old Testament and the real people of the Most High. In addition, he has worked on various eco-village, off-grid and free energy projects. He has also founded Awake Radio, an internet talk station covering topics regarding truth, health, current affairs, and activism. With an audience of over 400,000 listeners, he currently travels around the world, giving talks, workshops, television and radio interviews with a wide variety of topics, and helping people free of charge. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, if you could be on your feet, please. I would like to bring to our stage right now, he goes by the name of Allegedly Dave. Please, Allegedly Dave, welcome. Absolute pleasure. Thank you. Sit down.
But before I start, just listening to the sister's testimony, one thing we all need to know: do not go into hospital. Do not go to doctors. We don't need them. Okay. Now that might sound a bit sort of over the top there, but literally, they are gunning for us. Yeah, the system was designed to get us, to kill us. Okay, we are the targets of this system. Right? Has anybody heard of the Liverpool Pair Pathway? Yeah? Okay.
Nope.
So Liverpool Pair Pathway is if somebody comes in, especially if they're elderly, and there isn't any family coming to visit them regularly, they will trank them up on morphine and withhold food and water until they die. Okay? This is something they've admitted to. And it's still going, they said that they've stopped it, but it's still going on today. Okay? There's lots of stories of our people going into protein coating on the red blood cells. So you've got the regular blood types, A, O, AB, etc. Okay? But there's also a positive and a negative. So if you've got this red coating of proteins on red blood cells, you're positive. If you lack them, they're negative. Point is that 15% of humanity lack this protein coating. They're Rh negatives. There are no other animals on Earth that don't have this protein coating. It's just 15% of humanity. And if a Rh negative woman conceives of an Rh positive man, her antibodies will start attacking the baby as a foreign object. It means that they're not compatible with the rest of humanity. Right? Science will say, oh, it's a mutation of unknown origin, okay? But this is something that came in from outside. Yeah? It's basically pointing to the fact that there's a hybridization going on. And there's also this connection between Rh negative people and demons, demonic possession and stuff. Okay? The reason why this is because if you look in the book of Enoch, it tells you that when a Nephilim dies, its spirit can't go anywhere. It's cursed to wander the earth as a disembodied spirit. Right? So literally, the Rh negative being a Nephilim blood characteristic, yeah, these Rh negatives are more compatible with these spirits. Right? These spirits want more than anything else to be incarnate again, and they can possess you if you let them. Okay? I know this sounds very crazy. I'm not a religious person at all. I used to be an atheist for about 40 years. You know? Sometimes I can't even believe I'm saying these things, but the more you research into this, the more you realise this is true. So they're also given to this thing called multiple personality disorder. Okay? So what is multiple personality disorder if it isn't different personalities inhabiting your body? Yeah? It just means that these Rh negatives are more prone to being possessed. The last trait I talk about is the nations in the Old Testament. Okay? So native Africans are very different from us. Okay? Yeah. So I said they descend from Ham, we descend from Shem. There's skull shape differences, there are skeletal differences, so you can see there's a slight difference in the shape of skulls. And one of the notable things which was more sort of relevant hundreds, maybe thousands of years ago, was that Hamite men could not grow beards. So that was why I believe the Most High said that we as Israelites were to retain our beards. So we could look at somebody and know exactly what nation we belong to. So that's just to say that there's a lot of people who say that Africans are not Israelites, or all Africans aren't Israelites. Well, there are people who are native to Africa, and there are our people who went to live in Africa. Okay, they've been living there for a couple of thousand years now, but they weren't native to that land. So So very quickly, I'm going to go through Genesis, basically, very quickly. So Adam wasn't the first man, it turns out. If you actually read the book with looking at the Hebrew, and it's a bit more involved because you have to look at the rules of Paleo-Hebrew, which I might talk about a little later. We find that there were two creations. Yeah? There are men and women created in Genesis 1:27, and then much later, after the seventh day, Adam was created in Genesis 2:7. And then later on from that, some undetermined period of time, Eve was created. So men and women were created first, and then Adam was created, and then Eve. Yeah. So it wasn't an apple that's the whole thing about the serpent in the garden. It's about an angel came down and essentially seduced Eve and had sex with her. And basically she gave birth to, well, she showed Adam what to do, and basically gave birth to, you know, two boys with different fathers. Okay, Cain had the serpent DNA, the hybrid angel human DNA, and Abel was fully human. Okay, and that's why Cain was wicked. One of the traits of this hybrid is wickedness, psychopathy. Okay, so that's why Cain basically perpetrated the first murder. Okay. So what happened later is that more angels came down and had sex with women. And this is what in Genesis 6:4, it has this just one verse basically that says, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Okay? So, basically the fallen angels...
Break time right now.
Greetings everyone again. For everyone outside, we will be resuming in about a minute or so. For anyone that want to come in and grab a seats. We've got, let's let you know, the members, we've got a few guests that's down here from Black Panther and the Million Men March. Now, they're cameramen, don't worry about it, everything's okay, or freedom with them. And they're just going to be doing a little bit of filming. So, for everyone outside, we will be resuming with Dave and the founder of Bringing. So Dave is going to take it away again. Do you want to? Yeah,
How much is the shirt there? How much is the shirt?
10.
Tenner? Yeah, let me get that one there. No, this one.
This is a small though.
Small, yeah, I'll get that for someone.
Okay. Thank you.
That's alright.
You have a bag?
No, I'll hold it like that. That's fine.
Thank you so much, elegantly, being absolutely amazing. And I'm sure everyone here They're still here anyway. So it just shows you that I really But thank you once again. Listen, guys, remember, just a quick announcement before you go. Tuesday on uniradio.org, Tuesday from 7 till 10, I do the Elevation Show. They will be joining me on Unit Radio. So uniradio.org or 101.2 FM in London, okay? That's Tuesday. Also, we have our next meeting on the 23rd of August in Nottingham. We are arranging a minibus service. If anybody wants to come up to Nottingham and make this a real road trip, yeah, if you really want to show Nottingham what you're made of, then please come and see me. I'll take your names and let you know exactly where and when the minibus is going to be picking up and dropping off, okay? Is that right? Also, our website is soon to be launched. NXGmovement.com is soon to be launched. Okay. One of the things we are establishing on there is the NXG Academy. Okay? So everything that's been said in here is just 100% confirmation of what's already been built and established, much like this. So each one of you is educators, anyone that has a skill, anyone that has cookery skills, whatever it is, nothing is beneath our children. They all need to learn everything. If you know how to sew, if you know how to do kickboxing, if you know how to swim, whatever, we can do this and we can come together as one and start teaching our own children. Because mine, because two of my four are here. They're not going back into school. They're not going back into school. They're not happy about it because of their social life, you know. But we can create a social life for them. That we can show that we have a community that is giving us the good stuff, not drugs and skinning out with fatty and all them kind of things on, you know? We can create that community amongst our children, and we as our elders, that's what we want. That's what we want to do that. Oh, the batty rattles. I'm not going But no, seriously, this is what the NXG Academy is all about, basically. It's bringing us all together. It takes a village. It takes a village. We are the village. Do you know what I'm saying? So we have got to do it for ourselves. We can't expect the government to teach our children. We cannot. We cannot send them to school and say, why are you teaching them to teach them this, or why are you teaching them to learn that? No, you are the teacher. You are the first teacher, and you are also a pupil, because they're learning things that we can learn too. That's how we evolve. So the younger teach the elder, and I know in the African villages, the babies stayed with the grandmother while the mom and dad went to work. So what the grandmother and the grandfather did came down to the children and continued on. Where are our grandparents? Where are our aunts? I know in my family, the eldest member of my family, my mom's side, is 63 years old. 63, that's nothing. I've had 4 women in 4 years in my family die. And they weren't even 50 yet. So where's our family? We need to grow ourselves. We need to heal ourselves. We need to educate ourselves. We need to emancipate ourselves. We need to love ourselves. Yeah? Love is the key. It doesn't matter what you think or what they tell us. You need to embrace who you are. Embracing what? Sorry? Employ ourselves. Evolve ourselves. You have to. You have to have the skin you're in. You have to. There's no one else that's going to love you more than you. You know? It's happening. Is it?
Push out the mic.
There's some parents like that can educate their children probably better. Some that can't. We're not teachers. But I understand being black as a queen and king and princess. We learn our history and teach our children. But you know, I want to listen to somebody else. They want to listen to me. And how am I going to teach them science and geography?
The very books that they've been told to about science and life.
The homeschooling, but you can't do a homeschooling for 3 years. I didn't know anything about homeschooling. I just think that the racism that we're going through in the school, and I registered my son when I homeschooled for a year. His year 5 was spent at home. Yeah, year 6. Year 7 he went straight into secondary school. Didn't do no stats or anything. because there are books, there's YouTube, there's lots of different learning and all kind of things that we can teach our children. Never think you can't teach them. We got to wrap up, we really got to wrap up. One thing.
We have to be sure when we're teaching our children, if we're going to resist the white system that's oppressing us, we need to know that what we're teaching our children is the truth. The truth. African history wasn't passed down through books, and it was passed down through spoken words and art and depicted in art and images. We can teach them.
Last word. Just on this subject, I personally think we don't need to use their system, right? We learn ourselves. All we need to do is give them the opportunity, give them the access to the information, and they will teach themselves. Yeah? They'll teach themselves what they're passionate about. I taught everything I
Stop recording anyway, so
I learned because I was
Sorry,
passionate
Lord.
about it. And I went out and I learned. I got to be at the top of my profession. I was a computer programmer on Wall Street, right? I never got no qualifications. I just love computers. And I became, right? So you don't need this whole structured teacher thing. You need to put all ages of children together, give them the opportunity to learn. And that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, election day once again. Wow, absolutely amazing. Okay, so from one amazing guy to another amazing brother, should I say, not guy. That's another thing, we are changing the narrative of the language that we use amongst each other, okay? So we're brothers and sisters, not guys and girls and ladies. Somebody explained what that meant last one of the meetings, ladies and all that. But anyway, I want to head you on to another amazing guy, D-Carbon, so we can wrap up the evening. Remember, guys, a minibus staff, if you want to come to Nottingham, come and see me. Yeah, you got the rest of it.
Yes, again, people. So for anyone that's interested in a Nottingham meeting, we're looking to take a bus up here. It's going to depend on how much people are interested from here to go up here. So if we get enough numbers, then we know we'll have enough finances, and we will put the rest on it as far as getting people up here to Nottingham. Yeah? That's the next meeting on the 23rd. Yeah? So for the new people, for anybody that's new, that's not familiar with the NXG movement, it's been said. Everything that was said here is what we're about. And anything that we haven't thought about, like we said, we're not that egotistical to think we know everything. Anyone with any extra knowledge, bring it in. Anything that's going to make this thing grow, get better, and like we said, it's for carbon melanated people. We are saying, just like when we're healing the body, when you're healing the body, you have to focus on self. You have to forget everything else. Focus on self and himself. That's what we're saying here. Now, that's what the NXG movement stands for. We're saying carbon melanated people, let's heal ourselves and let's take it forward. Like they touched on, and everybody else been saying, people, we don't need to answer to anyone. The NXG.
I think we have the ways in our communities, we're just not utilising them. Like how we look on the partner.
He's alright there. I don't want to know.
Yes,
I'm on both.
So back to speak at the partner.
We've just taken on a new director, I get what you're saying, and these are the things that we're really looking at the moment to, take on a different level, that we keep everything within our own community.
Because if we do it in the sense of a partner, people that are saving with people start their own businesses, as well as help users start businesses and start
Exactly. These are the exact things we're looking at as well, because we're also considering housing as well. Having our, we've got a lot of black homeless people, etc., single parents, etc., struggling, especially the men, struggling to get placed. These were some of the things that we're looking into as well. So I am hearing everything that you're saying and taking on board. These are things that we are considering. Every angle that you can basically think of is what we're thinking of. So that is the area that we want to move to or move into as well. Yeah.
The mic.
Just one little negative thing, I'm sorry. Most people don't understand what a serious situation we're all in at the moment, right? No, we are now facing the end of our life as we know it. Yeah? They call it the new normal. And this is what they call it, the new normal. And the idea that we're going to be able to do things like this, I'm sorry, it's going away. As soon as they get this cashless society going, we won't have control over it. Yeah? So the most pressing thing at the moment is actually fighting this. This thing is in our face right now saying, we're going to end your life. Right? That's it. So I really appreciate what you're doing, but seriously, it's not going to happen if we don't get rid of this first.
It's not going to happen if we're not here. We're trying to vaccine up our cars and kill us.
Can I just answer that quickly? The way that he's thinking, I actually thought like this a couple of months ago. Yeah? Right? I thought like this a couple of months ago. Because before this even came, I actually saw this coming. I didn't know how it was coming, but I knew it was coming. And I put it into my songs. A lot of people thought, well, what are you writing about? Because I wrote about Moloch. One of my tracks was called Moloch. That's to do with child. It's an imitation, basically, of fake, like a Baphomet, yeah? But it was to do with children, sexuality, etc. And since then, that's all that's been pushed right now, okay? Satanism. The other track I did was called Forgive Them, where I'm saying to forgive them because it was to do with the Illuminati, the Freemasonry, etc. and the stuff that was coming. There was a question I put into Facebook way back in last year, saying, do you feel that we're going to slavery again? Not a lot of people answer that question, but the reason why I asked that question was because I could feel it coming. You see, I deal with God. I believe in God. Yeah, I'm not a Christian, okay, I'm an Israelite, but I believe in God. And to me, I feel like he speaks to me spiritually. Yeah, I don't really know hold your candles and all of that. I'm not into none of that rubbish there, okay? I don't believe that stuff. Alright? But I just talk with God. And I believe that he gives me messages, and that's what I pronounce. I had that feeling a few months ago, and I started getting really negative. Why am I even doing this? We have to be looking how we're going to survive right now. But then I had to dress back and try and take a positive control, because I was just thinking, I just want to leave this country right now. I don't want to be here. I want to be in a flat country right now where if I'm going to die, I'm going to die amongst my people. You understand? But I have to look at it in a different way as well. We've got people here that can't leave, or don't want to leave, or have nowhere else to go. So I have to put myself back into that positive mode that, yes, a lot of what's happening right now is biblical. Yeah, it's the Bible fulfilling itself. A lot of people want to say, I don't believe in the Bible, it's a white man fulfilling that. It's our book, it's our history that's been twisted upside down, etc. Okay? At the end of the day, I still have to try and think positive. I have children, I have grandchildren, etc. Yeah, and as I said, there's people here who don't want to leave, so I have to think of setting up something positive, but then that still needs to be here. Should things decide that it's not going to happen how we think it's going to happen, or they're pushing it right now, but they are pushing it, and we have to prepare as well for that. You understand? So I hear what everybody is saying. So I'm still, as I said, trying to push forward, trying to think positive, and trying to plan and think of the future for the generation that is coming up and picking up present now. Understand?
You're doing it, young lady, you're doing it. That's all about doing it. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what the situation is and the deep as it might get, she's still doing something. You know what I'm saying? And we're saying we need everyone on board doing something, supporting carbon melanated. So thank you, Angie. Black Girls, anybody can talk, want to have a word with us? Have a word with us. And we're just going to do a quick 5 minutes with Real Ross. We're going to do a quick 5 minutes with Real Ross. We're running short on time, man, sorry. Just going to have Real Ross Real come up and do a quick talk on the friends and family, yeah?
I got a big smile on my face, so I just love being around my people. You know like that? The energy. Obviously, some of you might know me, some of you might not know me. If you don't know me, you might want to check out the Daily Mail. Alright, now they're trying to murder me. I'm telling you, they're trying to assassinate my whole character still. But I don't worry about that because Malcolm X said that anytime you're doing something for the people and they see it as a threat, that's going to be their first call of response. Character assassination, you know what I'm saying? So I wear it like stripes of honor when the devil tries to attack man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, big up everyone in the place. I'm going to keep it brief still. So yeah, where do I start? So right now, we're in the process. I don't want to talk too much. I'm an action man. I don't really do too much talking still. But right now we're in the process of building what I believe to be a youth-initiated movement, or not even a movement, it's a family, yeah, that is really going to be able to change what's going on in the streets and really be able to give an example and an influence to our youth that can change what's been going on. It's called Forever Family, yeah? I don't know if some of you saw the reparations march the other day. We was all in uniform, we was marching down from Clapham to Brixton. Everyone was disciplined, military drill style, you know what I'm saying? And the only time we salute is for our lionesses. So the sisters are a vocal part of what we're doing and teaching the brothers that we have to respect and look after our sisters because our sisters are fundamental in history, in any kind of war we've been in. Whether you're talking about Harriet Tubman, whether you're talking about Winnie Mandela, or whether you're talking about in East Africa, certain wars, Yara Santua, where the man was running away. Yeah, Empress T2 is the one that carried on going forward and made the man say, yo, yeah, we're gonna have to fix up. And that's the only reason why Ethiopia is the only country on the continent that's never been colonized. Empress T2, so yeah, right now, we're in the process of two things. Yeah, we've got a training center where basically everyone, we've got at least 70 people in the security team so far, dedicated people, and basically where everyone is trained on resilience, so everyone knows how to defend themselves. We also do military training, so just to stay healthy and fit, and we also do military drills in order for us to be able to get into formation. Because we got something called the Battle of Trafalgar a couple of months ago, there was a protest and Tommy Robinson and the far right, they came down to do some nigger bashing. Yeah, and our aunties and our little sisters and our little brothers was down there, so we went down to defend them. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically what we do. Anytime our people need anything, we're just trying to defend them. Now there's different arms in this organisation. In the security team you have activists, but there's sisters that work in the bank system, that's dealing with the accountant side and stuff. We've got sisters that work in commercial lawyers that are dealing with the legal specifications. So we've got well-being sisters. Like at the core of the organisation is sisters and praying up sisters as well. So all of them are praying, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the protection that we need in this time. You can't forget, like the reason why I'm alive, I believe, is because my mom prays. So I was on the road doing the badness just like the next one. You get me? But my mom prays to keep me protected. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Now, I've been out here for like 10 years straight, like active, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I've realized is, yeah, sometimes like we debate over things that don't need to be debated about, and we just need to get onto the action. Yeah, so sometimes we'll say you shouldn't do it this way, or you shouldn't do it that way. But more time, we can both do it in different ways and still link up. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to use less time to debate. Same thing with the whole religious debate. Like one God, one aim, one destiny. Marcus Garvey hit on the head. That's why I love this movement. Garvey, Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey are my two biggest inspirations. They're the best that done it. There ain't no one that done it better than Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey. Yeah, so big up that. So I'm going to keep it short though. What I want to say is that what we're trying to do right now is we're just trying to substantiate ourselves. So we first set up a legal team. Yeah. The second thing we set up was a security team. The next thing we set up was the PR and the media team. And then after that, set up the funding teams, set up the teams that could deal with admin, the teams that deal with events. Then we're going to get on to arts and entertainment, education and employment, and also community to community service, like community outreach, charity, all of them sides there. So that's like 9 different arms in the organisation with different people that would normally debate about how to do it, but doing it in different ways for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But once we create that foundation, like we really want to try and, because over the 10 years I've been everywhere. I've been leading like Dakar, with the Al-Qaeda movement, I've been in the INAP, I've been in the NOY, talking about Leo or Hillary, whichever side you want to talk about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been right across the board. So one thing I think that's given me the ability to do is to link up all of these different organisations. Because I've only got nothing but love in every place I've gone in my community. You know what I'm saying? About the Leeds, about the Birmingham, like it's always love. So what I want to do is try to link up the dots, and we don't have to all agree, but there must be a mission that we can all agree on. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's basically what we're on. So on one hand, we've got the discipline for the youth on the roads, yeah, because the reason why they're fighting on the street is one, fair, so they don't feel confident enough in themselves, yeah, which is why they're holding a knife. Now, if they know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, they're going to feel a lot more confident in themselves. At the same time, they're going to be a lot more disciplined. That's our see-through over there, sitting in the corner humbly.
Come on, big up Haru.
And he's just now, but yeah. He's a power player. If you need the CMOS, he's got the CMOS. Yeah. If you need the CBDOs, he's got the CBDOs. If you need a personal trainer app, he's got a personal trainer app, and so much more. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just, so once man know how to discipline themselves, and they're doing the military drills, we're less likely to get into their problem. On top of that, the employment and education are so important, because I was one of the youths on the roads, and let me tell you, every single one of them, yeah, let me tell you this, I can tell you this as a fact as well, every single one of them just does not believe that they could do anything better than what they're doing. Do you get it? They don't have that sense of faith yet. And that's why we all know one youth that was the baddest youth, and the minute something happened that made him believe he could do better, he started shining in something better. You can all tell that story. Yeah? So all it is about inspiring each other to see that. You know what I'm saying? That's the mission. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we can do through education and employment and things like that. When people see that they can actually do something else, they're more likely to do it. So we want to create those portals for our people. We've got so much powerful people in the room. My big brother Raz, yeah, that's security.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, family, you see me right now, the amount of death threats I've got on my head, yeah, the amount of people that want to kill me. Yeah, when I was at the Battle of Trafalgar, the white boys were saying my name. They weren't saying no one else's name. They were saying respect. They want me dead, you get me? Because I've been exposing the hell out of every single one of them with no fear. And my brothers, they said they're gonna come around, and they said, yo, even if I go to the shop on my own, I get told off. Yeah? I'm not allowed to. Yesterday it was at a Tottenham protest, and I just went to grab my sister. You get me? When I got back, I got a big telling off from my big brother Rat, and he's like, yo, you gotta keep me protected. Yeah? That's that real big brother love. That's that family love. That's that family love that lasts forever. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it on this. It takes a village to raise a child. Yeah, and we are the village. Yeah, we are the village. And the duty to be a part of that village, that lasts forever. That's not for one day, it's not for 2 days, it's not for 2 months. We are the village forever, and hence the name Forever Family. So before I go, when I say forever, I just want you lot to shout family at me. Yeah, because this connection that we have, what we're building, every single one of us, yeah, it's not about us. It's got nothing to do with us. When our children's grandchildren, grandchildren go up, they're going to be looking back in the works that we've done. That's what it's about. And that's what this is about. X and Garvey, they worked for us, so for a year down the line, them man ain't about no more. There's man living right now, yeah? But we care more about Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey just because of what they've done for us, the sacrifice they made for us, the love that they showed to us. But certain man don't care. They rather go to the bookies. You know what I'm saying? So it's real life. This is real life we're living. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, family, I love every single one of you, and we're gonna just keep on working, and we're gonna link up forever. Family. Forever. Family. Forever. Family. I hear you. Family. I hear you. Family. Forever. Family. All
Forever family.
Here to set the people free.
Here to set the people free.
So I don't know what you've been told.
So I don't know what you've been told.
Families taking back these roads.
Families taking back these roads.
I don't know what them man heard.
I don't know what them man heard.
Families taking back our turf.
Families taking back our turf.
So stand up.
Stand up.
Rise up.
Rise up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Rise up.
Rise up.
Forever
Family.
Alright.
Come on. Come on.
This is what we're talking about, you know. There's one thing, and we need to remember. When they see us, they see one thing, and that's black people. They don't give me Christian, Muslim, Orthodox, Rastafari, but they see black people. So again, people, give yourself a round of applause. Trisha, can you give Trisha a round of applause? Big Wayne, we got our legal team here, a man working on the dossier for our friends, Big Who else? Where's it? Where's not here, but yeah.
Where's I?
And we give them another round of applause, people. Yeah, that's coming straight from the underground movement. Everybody that's here. Wednesday, this is Wednesday. Wednesday will be many people running their questions that we're going to be doing online with the youth. So y'all get in touch. Any profession, anything y'all got, we're putting into the group. Get it done. And we're sorting out with children and everybody else. So thank you people, more about this one is for safe journeys, travel safe.
Yes, family. It's the end.
Are you good?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, man, it's good
Fucking
speaking
good
to you, man.
vibes,
Yeah,
yeah. He done his thing still.
Yeah, man. It's I tell you everywhere it goes, it's a shutdown, fam.
100.
Still, because this is what it is. This is what Garvey did, isn't it? It's like the divisions that we have in our community have been orchestrated.
Yeah.
People fall down for the team, they fall for the team. You know what?
Nah, man, all love, man. Enjoy my day. Still to this, still.
We had a whole thing in the because it's hit the tabloids, we've had fair people trying to go on all the channels, all the papers, and when it's completely flat. Because this is the time that we know, and I've had confirmation of it now, that they're onto us now. They're watching me, watching my family, watching Rash family, and watching
But come together then.
What I'm saying, battle plans economically, it don't make sense. Because Colgate's doing their thing, they're not saying who they're marketing to. Man are just doing their thing. You get me? I'm saying when Colgate's selling, they're not saying they're marketing to white people. Colgate's just selling their Colgate, and everyone's coming and buying it.
When Colgate's are selling, they're just target for the black man. If you notice that every drug that's ever been created, for the black man, the white man has been able to become a functional junkie. For the black man, you're mad and you're walking street. The drugs was made for us. It wasn't modeled to us in the beginning.
Yeah, but don't worry. I'm saying in general, yeah, like I think sometimes our people have got too much into the 60s of talking certain things, and I think that not actually more of just walking. And
But that's why I'm basically asking, just like how you got Forever Family, let's walk into these spaces and hold them.
Let's have a conversation collectively first. So we're all on the same narrative. That's what I'm saying. We're all on the same narrative.
Amongst our people, I think there's certain conversations that are like, obviously there's a camera there, innit? That's what I'm saying, it's 2 minutes. And there's certain conversations that are in-house family conversations, and there's certain conversations that are public conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I personally think certain talks, I think certain talks is not like, I don't think it's wise, because remember, we've got like different religious people in different places that would love to support us. But if we're out here looking a certain way, then even then it kind of breaks down the links that we got. So we got to be strategic. It's because we're not like in America where them men are like 40% friends. We're 6%. No, not even 6%. We're 3%. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not fair. It's wisdom.
Yeah, but if you're having,
it's not fair. Man, not fair. No one but God.
How some people act about it. That's why I believe that we choose love. So I don't say no one but God. But just like how me and you could be here having this conversation, we just say action. Why? Whenever we're doing action, we're lacking numbers, and people are thinking, oh, you're on a mat and walking street like shouting. You're on a mat. No, I'm on this. I'm not just influencer. I'm not just for the moment. I live it every day. So every day, I'm not just gonna stand at Windrush Square and be like, oh, it's Windrush Day. I'm gonna remind those white people every step of the way who we are, why we're here. We're not just gonna be segregated into one area. That is segregation. Them saying, oh, you have to hold here, don't march the streets, don't this. When I saw you, it symbolized something for me. It symbolized black empowerment. You know how many black boys saw you in that street and thought, fuck it, if I weren't on it now, I'm on it now.
And that's what it was for. Can we get stronger together? At the end of the day, we're all stronger together. Everything works and we do that.
Let's have a people's assembly. As black people, let's start getting a general concept for a people's assembly.
We've got to be out there for
Once we have a people's assembly, we can build on things like Forever Family. We can build on things like black education. We can build on stuff like black health. But until we have a people's assembly, we're not going to have one voice. We're going to keep coming together at different times.
Forever Family ain't stopping. Ain't
Of course not. I wouldn't stop.
It's a road train. It's a road train that can't
I wouldn't stop either.
No, but what I'm saying is,
whether there's a people's assembly or not, this thing's happening.
Yeah,
what he's telling you is, see in this thing, every single individual has testimonies. We got sisters that had anxiety. They came into the thing and they said, don't pull me out on the Google Meets meeting because I've got anxiety. And now they're saying, after them up, they're saying they're walking with their head held high. We got testimonies. The testimonies in this thing is too much. And the love, you see the love, energy.
It's about the movement. It's about the body.
We're not saying that. I totally agree with you. What I'm trying to say, and I'm not going to be distorted, but I'm in total agreement with you. Love it. I love it. Very good.
Can I just butt in? Because I know we've got to go to 7 o'clock. Can we get a group picture against the wall over there? Some people have got. Then we can come back to this. Yeah, no. So everybody make their way over to that wall. We're going to get a group picture, please.
The group picture still. Huh? You know that, boy.
Hello, car coming through,
Who's missing? Is it Trisha?
Empires from Mali to Kush, Kemet to Uganda. Vibranium is like cocaine. When I say it's real, like it's not banter. We be rolling in gold since Manta, Musa. Them man were ghosts like Casper. All they know is 12 years of slave, boy to the hood, hold to Rwanda. They have Binky, word no actress. Shaka Zulu, word no actor. Colonizers come like cancer. They don't want smoke like ganja. Create more pain and hunger, and you're gonna have to meet Killmonger. Death is better than bondage, even my ancestors down under. Two fists to my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming about us. Hey, you know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. What? I said Captain Rambo, real Black Panther. Facts. Two fists to my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming. You know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. I said Captain Rambo, real Black Panther. If you see me in a Panther uniform, boy, better know I ain't talking Puma. Can't tell man about pride. In real life, I'm the Lion of Judah. So my ancestors were super. Prison break if I roll with a shooter. Bullets for J.A. Cuba. What you think of Sata should cause in Cuba? Real life Avenger. Best of my ancestors. You know the song can't be conquered, won't give it to bondage, cause death is much better. I come to bind the oppressor. Also for money or pleasure. I'd rather die like my sister, fist up and screaming and man forever. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming. You know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. What? I said Captain Rambo, real Black Panther. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming about love. You know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. What? I said Captain Rambo, real Black Panther. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming. That's a real Black Panther. We see what it's a real Black Panther. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix. Free my beer. Free my beer. Hands of a sword. R.I.P. Bobby Hart. R.I.P. Bobby Hart. R.I.P. Fred Hampton. R.I.P. Fred Hampton. Free my Mia. Abu Jamal. Free my Mia. Abu Jamal. Hands of a sword. Salt Shakur. R.I.P. Fred Hampton. Cops to the Ops. That's what I said. R.I.P. Bobby Hart. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming a man like. Hey, you know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. What? I said Captain Rambo, real Black Panther. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming. Hey, you know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. What? I said Captain Rambo, real Black. Free my Mia, real Black Panther. Two fists on my chest, crossed like a mix for River Wakanda. The women them say T'Challa, one order going on gangster. This is like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming Amanda. Black empires from Mali to Kush, Kemet to Uganda. Vibranium is like coltan. When I say it's real life, it's not banter. We be rolling in gold since Manta. Musa, them man were ghosts like Casper. All they know is 12 years of slave, boys in the hood, home to Rwanda. Naya Binky weren't no actress, Chaka Zulu weren't no actor. Colonizers come like cancer. They don't want smoke like ganja. Create more pain and hunger, and you're gonna have to meet Killmonger. Death is better than bondage, even my ancestors down under. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. You know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. I said Captain Rambo, real Black Panther. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and the scream. You know that I roll with some real Black Panthers. I said Captain Rambo, real Black Panthers. If you see me in a Panther uniform, boy, better know I ain't talking Puma. Can't tell man about pride. In real life, the Lion of Judah. So my ancestors were super. Prison break if I roll with a shooter. Bullets for J.A. Cuba. What you think of Sata should cause in Cuba? Real life Avenger. Vessel of my ancestors. You know the soul can't be conquered, won't give it to bondage, cause death is much better. I come to bind the oppressor. Won't stop for money or pleasure. I'd rather die like my sister, fist up and screaming and man forever. Two fists on my chest, cross like a mix from River Wakanda. Sisters like Winnie Mandela, fist in the air and they're screaming.
It's prayer time, man. See, man, you see? Only have to tell us once, man. From 100 to 0 real quick. 100 to 0 real quick.
But when is that a man in this training industry and one of his remixes, you know the video? The video is going to be fucking bonkers. So the videos are already bonkers. Yeah. Yeah? If you got a t-shirt and you want to jump in, can we get one with the family?